It's time for high school sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Alignment Pros and Express Lube, Auto MOCHA, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Biosports Physical Therapy, The Windmill Restaurant, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. Now, let's go live for all the action for tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
Hello everyone and welcome to a beautiful Walla Walla Point Park on a wonderful day for some softball. I'm Joel Norman and thank you for tuning in for some softball action right here on the NCW Life Channel. It's Wenatchee versus Eastmont. I'm joined by the respective head coaches, Greg Russ and Cliff Johnson. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us, and I guess I'll start with the visiting team first. Coach Cliff Johnson. Coach, let's talk about your team. Been a pretty consistent year overall for you guys. What's the feeling coming into today's game? How are you feeling about your squad thus far this year?
We want to maintain that consistency. You know, we focus a lot on fundamentals, and so we want to bring that today. Play the game that's supposed to be played, play it clean, and see what happens. You know, we got two teams here that are playing really well right now. This should be a really good day to watch some really good softball.
And Coach Greg Russ, your team started a little slow this year, but you've been really rolling, especially with the bats lately. What's been the key to that turnaround?
Again, we work on the fundamentals as well, and we've just keep going back to that every practice, and we just try to build on what we've done before and keep going.
I'll talk to you both about this one. I mean, it's obviously a rivalry game. Plenty of your players are going to know each other. Talk about what's the mindset. Do you really have to pep them up much?
No. You know what, you got to kind of calm them down a little bit. You know, these games mean something. These games are important, and you add in the rivalry factor, and they know each other. You know, a lot of these girls play together in summer ball and stuff like that, and nobody wants to lose these games. You know, it's good old Eastmont Wenatchee sports, and both teams are going to bring it, and both teams are playing well right now.
Same case for your Panthers?
Yeah, pretty much the same case. we need to calm them down a little bit, make sure they're not too amped up. But, you know, it's just playing their game the best that they can and making it a great competition today.
Let's talk about the schedules for both of you, because it's almost polar opposites. Eastmont ends the season, all your games are on the road for the rest of the regular season. Wenatchee, the opposite. Talk about what that's like, spending the rest of the year on the road where, you know, it's been up and down success.
You know, we don't mind playing on the road. The girls are a little crazy on the bus. They get themselves amped up, and we step off the bus, we're ready to go. So we don't mind playing on the road. You know, and we've got Sunnyside. That's a long trip coming up. A couple more games that we need to win. We should be okay there. But, you know, we take it one game at a time, and this is our focus right now.
Coach, a little different for you. A lot of home games here for your Wenatchee Panthers. Talk about the perks of that.
Well, it's nice to play at home. We don't have to take that long bus trip anywhere. The girls can kind of rest up a little bit before the game. They come right from school. You know, they get out of here. They can get to go home and get rested up for later. So.
Fair enough. Coaches, best of luck here today, and thanks for being on with us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. That was the TC Slingers Coaches Show with both head coaches from Wenatchee and Eastmont. First pitch is up next right here on the NCW Life Channel. Welcome to Walla Walla Point Park as we're underway between Wenatchee and Eastmont in softball action here on this wonderful afternoon. It's currently a 1-1 count to the leadoff batter of the game, Maya McGuire, the center fielder for Eastmont. We'll go through the orders perhaps a little bit later on here. But a wonderful day for baseball, as I mentioned, nonetheless. Clear, pretty clear skies, a little bit of clouds out past right center. The ball hit over to the left side is fouled. Pitcher for Wenatchee today is Michaela Michaels, currently on the mound for the Panthers. They come into this game with a 7-8 record. Overall, Eastmont is 9-6, but most importantly, both of them are 5-3. Eastmont only ahead of Wenatchee in the standings because of a better overall record. 1-2 pitch is hit in the air to left field. Going back is the left fielder. That's going to go over her head. It's a leadoff home run for Maya McGuire, and it's 1-0 Eastmont here in the first inning. Not sure what this discussion is going to be. Head coach Cliff Johnson of Eastmont is over there, and he's discussing something with the home plate umpire. Are they saying that was a foul ball? That looked clear. And it looks like that's exactly the case. You saw Johnson really pleading his case. That one sure looked like it was gone, as McGuire sure seemed like she thought it was as well. But the sophomore's going to have to dig back in, as apparently it's just going to be a long fly to the left of the foul line. So that makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's like a sure home run. I'm really not sure how that was turned around. Next pitch is low. Makes the count 2-2. Give you the Wenatchee defense in just a moment here. Kayla Michaels in a 2-2 count against the leadoff batter, McGuire. The pitch taken. That's a tough take, but a good eye by McGuire, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Simmons, the catcher, tried to frame that on the missed. Now Michaels with the payoff pitch comes and fires. Hit in the air. That's going to go foul right side. Good time for us to go through the defensive alignment overall for Wenatchee. Left to right in the outfield, it's Kat Smith, followed by Olivia Ramirez and Calista Strickland. Get to the infield in a moment after this payoff pitch once again. Lengthy at bat between Michaels and McGuire, and it ends with a walk. So McGuire thought she had a home run, and we can really debate whether that one should have been taken away from her or not. But nonetheless, she'll head over to first base with a walk to start off this game. Let's take a look at that infield for Wenatchee, going from third base all the way over to first base. Maddie Peters at third, Kristen Sanford at short, Missy Bennett at second, and Beth Shivilsik over at first. Off the plate, pop throw over to first from Simmons is not in time. Batter is Emily Craddock for Eastmont, their third baseman. Corner infielders are both eating the bag. In fact, over at first, Shivilsik is actually a couple steps in front of the bag. Pitch from Michaels is up high. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Just underway here from Walla Walla Point Park. Wenatchee hosting Eastmont. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Michaels, after walking the leadoff batter, in danger of walking back-to-back batters. Right-hander checks her signs on her wrist. You see that left wrist. It's almost akin to what you see a lot of quarterbacks wear. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Green light on that one for Craddock, even though she had no strikes on her. It's now a 3-1 count after she whiffs at that offering from Michaels. Now Michaels is right back in the count. Arms overhead, fires. Breaking ball a little bit high. I apologize. Count is 3 balls and 2 strikes, rather. Strike on that first pitch. I forgot that was not a ball. No scoreboard here at Walla Walla Point Park, so we're relying on the home plate umpire for everything. Michaels kicks, and that one swing fouled away to the right side. Goes over the fence, first base side, out of play. Still a full count. Both batters to start this game have gone into full count. Michaels. And she checks the plays on her wrist. I should say pitches. I'm so used to saying that about quarterbacks, but instead on the diamond here, checking the pitches. 3-2, hit over the third base side, underneath an glove of Peters, and into left field. It'll be a base hit. That'll put runners at first and second here in the top of the first inning, as Eastmont is cooking. No outs and a runner in scoring position, and another over at first base. So that'll bring up Kenzie Young, the second baseman for Eastmont. 3 straight right-handed hitters. They'll have another one coming up on deck, as that's Colby Vauchal. So we'll see what they do here. First offering, bunt is shown and put down, third base side. Fielded, no play at all, though, for Peters. So it's a bunt single to load up the bases for Eastmont here in the top of the first inning. Kenzie Young gets it done. Want to at least advance the runners, but she does so while also reaching herself. So impressive work done there. And she stands over at first base now, and the bases are loaded for Colby Vauchal. Vauchal at the plate, batting from the right side. Swing and a miss of the first offering with the sacks full. She's in a little bit of trouble, but looking to get on the board here. No outs and the bases loaded. Panthers in their home whites with the purple pants. You see Eastmont. Red jerseys, a little bit of powder blue trim. See the powder blue socks on all of them as well, the black pants. No balls and 2 strikes to Vachal. Pitch is hit in the air to the left side and into the outfield. That's going to score a run, maybe 2. A strong throw to the plate will gun down the second runner. So coming in to score is Maya McGuire on the RBI single, but Emily Craddock is erased at home plate as she was trying to advance around second and score. But nonetheless, it's an RBI single for Vachal, and Eastmont leads 1-0 here in the top of the first. So a good start for the Wildcats. Wenatchee gets that all-important first out. They didn't expect to have to get it at the plate like that after giving up a run, but you take what you can. RBI single looks like to right field. No, they'll hold up the runner at third. A hard-hit ball by Caitlin Duncan will reload the bases. Vachal to second, Young over to third base. As we mentioned, Craddock was gunned down. That put out going 7-2 rather. Zoe Sundet at the plate, swings, hits one, foul, first base side. It's going to go out of play toward the benches. Count is 0-1 to Zoe Sundet, the right fielder for Eastmont. On deck is Kylie Hines. She'd be the 7th hitter of this inning. Sundet, the right fielder, though, digs in. Pitch from Michaels is up high for a ball. It's 1-1. 1-0 Eastmont. They've got the bases loaded for the second time this inning. Last time they were loaded, they got a run, but one of the runners trying to advance around third base and score the second run on the base hit to left field was not able to make it. Colby Vachal's at second after delivering that RBI single. Ball hit over to short, can't be handled by Sanford, and 2 runs are going to come in to score. It's an E6 to plate 2. Everyone's going to be safe. So Sundet comes through, even though probably a ball that should have recorded at least 1 out there. She advances to first, Duncan to second, and both Young and Vachal come in to score. 3-0 Eastmont. A heck of a start in this ball game. Still only 1 out in the inning. Runners at first and second. Michaels kicks and fires. Kylie Hines hits the ball in the air to right field, and holding up was Strickland, but it drops in front of her for a base hit. So the base is loaded for the 3rd time in this inning now, as Hines comes up with a base hit. Now that brings up Kylie Cordell, playing over in left field tonight.
Now batting, number 5, Riley. Now batting, number 1, Kylie.
Kylie Cordell, the left fielder, bats as the 8th hitter of the inning. Cordell digs in, sacks full. Pitch from Michaels on the inside edge is a ball. Briarwood is on deck. She'd be the 9th hitter of the inning, acting as the designated hitter. That one drops down outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes to Cordell. Hines is at first, Sundet at second, Duncan over at third. Eastmont leads 3-0. An RBI single, and with the bases loaded, Sundet hit a ball over to short that couldn't be handled by Sanford. It was an error, and it plated 2. This one might plate some as well. Hit into left field. It's going to get down. The throw comes to third, and the runner from third, Duncan, comes in to score. Station to station baseball for Eastmont, and they now lead 4-0 in the first. Hines to second after Cordell's single. Sundet to third, and Duncan in to score. Briarwood at the plate, and the infield will come in to chat with Michaels, who's inning. No extra base hits, but 6 now singles given up. Walked the first batter of the inning, and 1 batter reached on an error. Only out that was recorded on an RBI single to left field. A nice throw by Smith to the plate. Simmons applying the tag to gun down Emily Craddock, who had reached on a single but tried to score on a single from second base. 4-0 though, Eastmont with the advantage. Every batter though in their lineup has reached base despite the 1 out. Woods looking to continue it here. She swings and misses, and it's 0-1 quickly to her. Eastmont came into this game, we talked about on the pregame show, as a really consistent squad this year. 9-6 overall. Mentioned 5-3 in division play, as there's a ball to move the count to 2-1. Eastmont came in averaging 10.9 runs per game. They've scored in double-digit runs 10 times as well this season. Got a great chance of doing that here. Big swing and a miss, and down swinging is Wood. She's the first batter retired by Michaels in this game. It's a strikeout for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 4, McGuire.
So back to the top of the order we go. McGuire batting for the second time in the inning. First time she's batting with runners on. She's the only hitter in this Eastmont lineup who hasn't batted this inning with someone on until now. She takes a strike from Michaels. 10th hitter of the inning. Leadoff batter walked to start this game and came around to score 3 batters later on the RBI single by Colby Vachal. Michaela Michaels, a tough inning, but trying to get that third out here to end it. Breaking ball. It's a nice pitch. That's in there for a strike. 4-0 Eastmont. Wenatchee looking for that all-important third out, and the Wildcats really trying to grow their margin here. Pitch from Michaels. A little bit off the plate, but swung on and blooped into center field. That's going to plate 1. And maybe another one here as they caught the Wenatchee defense sleeping. 2 runs come in to score on an RBI single by McGuire. Sundet and Hines both come in. It's 6-0 Eastmont. And if you're Wenatchee, you hate that. That's a ball that, while it did find no man's land, should not have allowed more than 1 run to score. RBI single by McGuire. Plates 2. There's a ball hit over to the left side. This should end the inning. A nice stretch and toss the other way by Sanford, and that will retire the side at last. 11 men come to the plate, and Eastmont has a 6-0 lead after a half inning of play. We'll be back in a moment with the bottom of the first right here on the NCW Life Channel.
Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long, and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support. Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We'll do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Welcome back to Walla Walla Point Park, where the Eastmont Wildcats have jumped on the Wenatchee Panthers early on in this one to the tune of a 6-0 lead after just the top of the first inning. And this is exactly the kind of start any team wants, but it's a long game. Got a lot of baseball left to play here. Now Wenatchee's going to see what they can do. Eastmont scored 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error, and stranded 2 base runners rather, in that top of the first inning. See now what Wenatchee can do as a response here in the bottom of the first. Kristen Sanford will lead things off. The shortstop, Olivia Ramirez, the center fielder, bats second. Missy Bennett is the second baseman hitting third. Ashley Simmons will bat cleanup and catch. Beth Chavilasek is the first baseman, batting 5th. Michaela Michaels, the pitcher, will bat 6th. Kalista Strickland is the right fielder, batting 7th. Maddie Peters hits 8th and is at the hot corner. Kat Smith is in left field and batting 9th to round out the order. So the infield is in very significantly for the leadoff batter, and rightly so, as Sanford showed bunt but pulled back. On the mound for Eastmont is Taylor Files, the sophomore. You see her third baseman, Craddock, just about halfway in between home and third, and it's going to go over her head and the head of the shortstop, Shaw, and into left field for a leadoff single for Sanford. So Wenatchee does what they have to do, down 6 in the bottom of the first, get base runners on, and that's how this bottom of the first starts. Olivia Ramirez, the center fielder, digs in now against Files. Sanford started from the left side, and Vishal, a right-handed hitter here. Infield still pretty far in. Bunt shown, gets down to the right side, fielded by Files. She'll flip over to first and heads up base running, heading over to third. Oh no, gunned down instead is Sanford on the sacrifice bunt. So that put out is going to go 1-4 as the second baseman Young was covering the bag over at first base, but a great heads up play defensively almost rather by Young, the second baseman, to toss it over to Craddock at third. So that's going to be a double play. Goes 1-4 and 4-5, I believe. Yeah, 4-5 on the putout. But Greg Russ, the head coach for the Panthers, is going to get his 2 cents in first. Oh boy, I really thought she got around that tag, but Craddock, regardless of whether she did apply the out or not, was in a great position to make a play over at third. So retired on the sacrifice bunt is Ramirez. She did go to second, but is Sanford. She tried to get over to third, but it just would not go. 4-5 on the putout at third base. So 2 outs in the inning. All of a sudden, looked like Wenatchee was right where they wanted to be with the runner in scoring position. But now they've got no one on and 2 outs for Missy Bennett. Quick bottom of the second so far, unless Wenatchee can really get things going to get a couple runners on base and continue the inning. First pitch is a strike to Bennett, batting from the right side, and the second baseman for the Panthers. Go through the outfield for Eastmont when we get a moment here. The outfield and the infield, I should say. Foul ball, first base side, nearly goes onto the other field on our right here at Walla Walla Point Park. Files looking for the strikeout in an 0-2 count and an unconventional 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning. Right-hander has her sign and fires. Hit in the air to right center on the run and unable to make the catch despite the diving attempt is McGuire, and it's going to be a double off the bat of Bennett. Great running. She never stopped, and she's into second base. So the inning will continue with the second hit of the inning. It started with Sanford, who singled, but then after reaching second on the sac bunt was retired at third. But now the second hit of the inning from Bennett is a double to right center. Just the perfect place that not hardly struck, but just right in the middle of the 2 outfielders, and neither was able to get there in time. Ashley Simmons, the catcher, is at the plate. Swings at the first one and offers a foul ball to the third base side. Bennett in scoring position with 2 outs for the Panthers. They need at least 1 run here. You would really think as they're down 6-0 in the bottom of the first inning. 2 hits for the Panthers, 7 in this top of the frame for the Wildcats. Files has her sign and fires. Swung on, hit over towards short, gobbled up by Vishal. She'll fire to first in time, and it's a clean bottom of the first inning for Eastmont. No runs on 2 hits, 1 runner left on for the Panthers. After 1 inning from Walla Walla Point Park, Eastmont leads Wenatchee 6-0 right here on the NCW Life channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
What's your auto-mocha emergency?
It's a Paprika mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
On to the second inning we go here from Walla Walla Point Park. I'm Joel Norman with you on the NCW Live channel. Happy to have you along on a wonderful day for some softball. I want to say baseball. We're getting there, but summer almost here, and boy, it sure feels like summer here in Wenatchee. As you look at the skies out here tonight, it's just wonderful weather. I should say this afternoon, it's 83 degrees and sunny with a couple clouds out there in right center. But other than that, just another wonderful day here in the Wenatchee Valley. It's going to be a great summer. It really seems like the Apple Blossom Festival really just ushered in the warm weather and the summer vibes. On to the second inning we go. Eastmont sent 11 batters to the plate in the first inning, and they start off this the top of the second inning, rather, beg your pardon, with a single up the middle on the first pitch from Kenzie Young. So a great start for Eastmont already. Both teams have put their leadoff batters in every opportunity on base so far, as it was Maya McGuire last inning starting off with a leadoff walk. She'd come around to score 3 batters later, and now Kenzie Young softly hit, base hit up the middle off the pitch from Michaela Michaels. Colby Vachal at the plate with a runner on. She took a ball in the first offering for Michaels. Vachal had an RBI single to plate the first run of the game. On that RBI single, Emily Craddock, who grounded out to end the first inning, but also singled in the first inning in her first plate appearance. Craddock was at second, trying to score on that single from Vachal, but she was thrown out at the plate. 6 runs came across for Eastmont an inning ago. Cracks this one in the air to left field, looking back and staring at it as it goes over the fence for a home run. Colby Vachal, a 2-run shot, and her whole bench will come out to greet her. And Kenzie Young, who came around to score after starting the inning with the leadoff single. It's 8-0 Eastmont here in the second. Vachal connecting on the 1-1 pitch to left center field for a long home run and adding to this Eastmont lead. 8-0, back-to-back hits to start off this second. As Michaela Michaels, her struggles just have continued here into the second inning. 11 men faced her in the first. She gave up 7 hits. She's up to 9 now after allowing 2 to start this inning. Third batter of the inning is Caitlin Duncan. That's from the left side against Michaels, the right-hander.
Number 10, Caitlin Duncan.
Michaels is back on the mound. As for signs, arms over the head and delivers. That's swung on. That's going to go over the head of the shortstop Sanford and into the left center for a base hit. Only 1 extra base hit for Eastmont, but it was deadly as the 2-run homer a moment ago by Vachal. Vachal herself has driven in 3 runs already in this game. 3 of the 8 runs scored by Eastmont. Duncan over at first base after her single. Still no outs in the inning. A pop throw to first by Simmons after a ball was thrown to Zoe Sundet. It was not in time. Chevelisek applied the tag, but it seemed like even as she knew when she got the ball, it was going to be a little bit late, but almost just to see if the runner steps off the bag. You see a lot of players do that anyway, just in case the runner goes off. This could be 2. Hit over to short to second to 1, and on to first for a double play. Sanford to Bennett to Chevelisek for the twin killer. Sundet hits into the double play, retiring Duncan, and there's 2 outs in the inning. 6-4-3. So no one on for Eastmont as Kylie Hines, the backstop, will head up to the plate. 2 runs already in this inning on 3 hits. Kenzie Young led off with a single, and Colby Vachal trailed a ball over the left center fence to drive her in with a 2-run home run. Swung on and missed by Hines, a pitch a little bit up high from Michaels. Count is no balls and 1 strike. In the first inning, Hines singled and scored. 3 batters later on an RBI single by Maya McGuire. Hits this one in the air to right field, but that's going to go out of play. Nice grouping of fans here on both the third base and first base sides from Walla Walla Point Park. It's a day you might see a lot of sunburn if you didn't bring any sunscreen out to the ballpark. Pitch from Michaels, swung on, chopped over to the third base side, gobbled up by Peters. The relay to first to Chevelisek is in time, and down goes Eastmont, but not before they get 2 more runs in this inning on 3 hits to extend their lead to 8-0 after an inning and a half here at Walla Walla Point Park against the Wenatchee Panthers. We'll be back with more action right here on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color FX in Cashmere. Color FX offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
2 runs come across for the Eastmont Wildcats in this top of the second inning, and now we move on to the bottom of the second as Wenatchee looks to respond. The Panthers trail the Wildcats 8-0 right now. Wildcats infield huddling on the mound, and now they will go their separate ways. I think in a case like this, you can look at the game going 2 ways. It is 8-0 early, and it is a big lead. Let's not putz around with words here. It is a big lead for Eastmont, or exaggerate anything, but Wenatchee still has a chance with a lot of ball game left to just kind of chip away at that score. And I think Eastmont is kind of knowing right on the mound there when they chatted a moment ago, they're knowing we've got to keep our foot on the gas right now. That's what both head coaches, Greg Russ for Wenatchee and Cliff Johnson for Eastmont, it's kind of the big thing both of them really told me is something they're looking to do. They're just trying to stay consistent. Eastmont's had a really consistent year. No real stretches of poor play at all. And Cliff Johnson was just saying we really got to continue that. We've got to continue to be consistent regardless of what we've done in the past. And Greg Russ on his team's just been red hot the last 5 games. He was saying we can't really change anything. We've got to put our foot on the gas. 2 balls and 1 strike to first batter of the inning for Wenatchee, Beth Chevelisek. Did not bat in the first inning. First baseman swings and misses for strike 3. She's down swinging. First strikeout of the game for Taylor Files, and there's 1 away here in the second. That'll bring up Michaela Michaels, the pitcher for Wenatchee. She's given up 8 runs on 10 hits on the mound, but looking to atone for that at the plate. Talked about how Wenatchee doing really well over the last 5 games. Entering today, they had scored 67 runs. Swinging and missing is Michaels for strike 1. 67 of their runs over the last 5 games have really accounted. They have accounted for 57% of their entire season run production. Pretty crazy. But they've been quiet here today as Michaels will ground out short to first base. 2 away here in the second. So you've got to figure Wenatchee's going to score some runs. Over these last 5 games, in each of those games, they've scored double-digit runs. But here today, it's Eastmont, who is 2 runs away from their 3rd consecutive double-digit run output. Calista Strickland at the plate, takes a ball. Strickland in right field today for the Panthers. Infield in as usual for Eastmont. It's like they're almost expecting a push bunt attempt. There's a ball off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Wenatchee over the last 5 games in which they've gone 4-1. They're averaging 13.4 runs scored per game. Another ball. It's 3-0 to the batter Strickland. Talked about it, they have scored in double-digit runs in each of these last 5 games entering today, but prior to that, they'd only done so once in their first 10 games of the season. 3 balls and a strike. Strickland looking to continue the inning. Vilsack struck out, and Michaels grounded out. Now the count is full after a swing and a miss by Strickland. Wenatchee had not allowed many runs over these last 5 games either. They only had one game they allowed more than 8. This inning will continue as Strickland singles up the middle. They'd only had one game over their last 5 in which they allowed more than 8. Here today, for the second consecutive game, they've allowed 8 runs. But that's the thing about softball. You expect most games to be pretty high scoring. But if you can limit your opponent that much, and boy, is that going to make a difference. And Wenatchee's bats are sure going to have to go to work here today. 8-0 in the bottom of the second. Panthers trail the Wildcats. Wenatchee at the plate. Strickland over at first after her 2-out single. Fakes taking off from first, but is back over after a ball outside. Maddie Peters, the third baseman, at the plate. Batting from the right side against the starter, Taylor Files. Up high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Wenatchee had 2 hits in the first inning. Neither led to a run. 1 hit so far in this inning, 3 in the game, compared to 10 hits for Eastmont through 2 innings. Kick and the pitch. That's off the plate as well. 3 balls and no strikes. Wenatchee looking for something here in this second inning. Looking to continue the inning. There's a strike. It's 3-1. Panthers hoping to prolong the inning and get maybe a run or 2 on the board. 3-2 pitch. Excuse me, 3-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Last 2 offerings from Files have been strikes. That one was a little bit lower than that almost gimme strike she threw a moment ago, but gets it in there anyway. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and Files is out of the inning with a strikeout, her second of the frame. Inning starts with a strikeout and it ends with a strikeout. No runs on 1 hit for Wenatchee, and after 2 innings, they trailed the Eastmont Wildcats 8-0. We'll have more here from Walla Walla Point Park after these messages on the NCW Life channel.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
We're on to the 3rd inning with Eastmont leading Wenatchee 8-0 on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon here at Walla Walla Point Park. Joel Norman with you on the NCW Life channel. Eastmont making the trip across the Wenatchee River here to Wenatchee, and a bunt is put down but tossed out at first base on that bunt attempt is Kylie Cordell. One away quickly on 1 pitch to start the 3rd inning. Michaela Michaels gets the leadoff batter out for the first time in this ball game. Each of the last 2 innings, the leadoff batter reached and scored en route to multi-run innings. But she gets that all-important first out, and she's going to love that on 1 pitch. I think pitchers sure love striking people out, but I think they also like quick outs too, because they know that they are able to do enough really to get a quick enough out and limit their pitch count, because that is just all so important in this game. Foul ball off the bat of Briar Wood to start off her at-bat. She struck out for the 2nd out in the top of the 1st inning. Only batter of that inning to not reach base. It's this one in the air to center field, almost right at Ramirez, and she'll camp under that. So 3 pitches into the top of the 3rd inning. There's 2 away. Top of the order we go. Maya McGuire has reached base twice in this game. Both of her plate appearances came in the first inning, a walk and then a 2 RBI single. That was all part of a 6-run first inning for Eastmont. They lead 8-0 right now. 2 more runs last inning on the 2-run homer by Colby Vachal. Connects on this one and hits this one down the line, and that's going to be just a little bit foul. Looked like at first that might have a chance, but it kind of just kept tailing away. Not a lot of wind here on this Tuesday afternoon, but that ball did not get over the fence anyway. A little bit ahead of that swing. After the long foul ball, she's back in there and pops this one foul as well, first base side. Goes on to the netting. No balls and 2 strikes. McGuire, the center fielder, looking to continue the inning. Third batter of the inning, first 2 are retired on 3 pitches. And on the third pitch to her, McGuire flies out to left field for a 1-2-3 inning. So a nice bounce back inning for Michaels on the mound. After 2.5, it's 8-0 Eastmont over Wenatchee. Back after these messages on the NCW Life channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today. Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
On to the bottom of the third inning we go, with Eastmont leading Wenatchee 8-0. Joel Norman with you on the NCW Live channel, and we thank you for tuning in to this afternoon's broadcast. Wenatchee looking to get some batters either going over the fence with a few balls here, just getting on the bases. They've got to get something going there in the third. They've had a runner as close in scoring position as second base, but that has been all. Third baseman Craddock is in at the hot corner. As the first pitch to Kat Smith is a strike. Smith batting from the left side and playing in left field. Number 9 batter in this order for Wenatchee. Then it'll be the top of the order after her. Sanford and Ramirez also due up this inning. A little late on that swing. She fouls it off third base side. Went to the right of the on-deck hitter Sanford, who singled in the first inning, but was retired on the base pass as she tried to advance the third after a sac bunt. Put her to second, but got a little greedy. Taylor Files delivers, and it's fouled away. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. So she's looking for the strikeout here. Talked about earlier how Kayla Michaels, as this ball is hit to the right of the third baseman Craddock and into left field for a single. As Smith is aboard with the leadoff base hit. Second time in this ball game that Wenatchee's leadoff batter has reached base with a base hit. But I talked earlier about how Michaela Michaels, the starting pitcher for Wenatchee, has almost those quarterback signs on her wrist that you see a lot of quarterbacks do in football, but as a pitcher she's doing those to get her signs for which pitches to throw instead of which plays to call. So she's got those, but you see Files does not have those on her left wrist. Pitches up high to Kristen Sanford. You kind of wonder if maybe that's a personal preference thing, and some people are better at remembering things than others. Myself, I'm terrible, so I would probably want one of those myself, but hard to say, or maybe it's just an extra cheat sheet, you might say. Foul ball, third base side, out of play. Back-to-back batters from the left side of the plate for Wenatchee. The first one, Smith, is at first base after a single the opposite way. Now Sanford is looking to do something similar. 6 runs came across the plate in the first inning for Eastmont. They got 2 more in the second, but went down in order in the top of this third inning. Both teams 5-3 in Big 9 play entering today. Eastmont 9-6 overall with Wenatchee 7-8. This pitch is way up high, but getting a late jump from first base with Smith, so she's going to hold up. Not much of a backstop here on field 1. So that was probably the right call from Smith. If you're going to be late on those judgments, the thought is at least know what to do if you're late in your reaction. Foul away, third base side. Ball and 2 strikes. Sanford, the shortstop at the plate, kick-started a double play last inning in the top of the second with runner at first base and no outs. Zoe Sundet, the right fielder for Eastmont, hit into a double play. Sanford, the batter at the plate right now at short, kick-started that one for a 6-4-3 twin killer. It's this ball in the air to left field, ranging back, twisting and turning and making the catch is Cardell. And there is the first out of the inning. Smith goes back to first base. So after the F7, Olivia Ramirez, the center fielder for Wenatchee, steps in. I don't think we've seen Craddock, the third baseman for Eastmont, play even with the bag or behind it at all in this ball game. There's a strike. That's just dangerous playing there almost every pitch. You get a hot shot over that way, someone pulling the ball or going the opposite way. That could be scary. Inside for a ball. A ball and a strike with 1 out. Runner at first base for Wenatchee. They trail 8-0. We're in the bottom of the third inning as Eastmont went down in order in the top of this frame. That one's popped up, and the pitcher Files will handle that herself for the second out of the inning. So a pair of pop-outs will bring up Missy Bennett, the second baseman for the Wildcats, to the plate.
All the pretty girls stand up. All the pretty boys stand up. Pretty boys in the building. Right here.
Leadoff single by Smith. In danger of being stranded right now. Fouled away off the bat of Bennett. Cat Smith, the left fielder, standing at first base for the Panthers. Second time going through the order currently for Wenatchee. Bennett doubled for Wenatchee's second hit of the ball game back in the first inning, but she was stranded at second. Digging in from the right side with the runner on and 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Files. That's up high for another ball. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Files shakes the ball in her hand and then comes set. Hit in the air to right field, and almost overrunning that ball was the right fielder Sundet, but she'll make the catch. And the side is retired. 1 hit to start the inning, but the leadoff batter is stranded. And after 3 innings, the score remains 8-0. Eastmont ahead of Wenatchee. We'll be back after these messages on the NCW Life channel.
What's your AUT-TO emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor.
Peanut butter chocolate for pita. Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you're all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Third straight scoreless inning for Wenatchee, and they're back in the field as we get ready for the fourth inning. Eastmont has an 8-0 edge on the Panthers. Emily Craddock, the third baseman, will start things off for Eastmont in the fourth inning. Craddock batted twice in the first inning, singled, and then grounded out to end the inning. This is her first plate appearance since ending that first inning. She, though, was the 11th batter of the opening frame of today's ball game. Eastmont sent 11 men to the plate and scored 6 runs. She'll take a strike to start things off. Michaela Michael still on the mound. Michael kicks and fires. Tap third base side. That's going to be a foul ball. Six runs in that first inning for Eastmont, 2 more the next inning. Michaels fires down the line, and that's going to go foul. Well, that single Craddock had as the second batter of the first inning. She was able to get McGuire to second, and then Craddock went to second base a batter later on a single by Kenzie Young. But then on a single by Colby Vachal, 3 straight singles. McGuire, the leadoff batter, did come around to score. Craddock tried to score from second and was gunned down at the plate. So in a way, Craddock committed 2 outs in that inning. Three foul balls in this at-bat. Next one is hit in the air to left center. That's going to get down in between the outfielders, and she'll dig for second base and get there standing up. It's a leadoff double by Emily Craddock, and Eastmont is in business. Third inning now, where they've had the leadoff batter reach base, and that's their second extra base hit of the ball game. First one since Colby Vachal's 2-run homer in the second inning. So immediately into scoring position is Craddock, and digging in now is Kenzie Young. First pitch swinging, hits it over to short. Weird bounce, goes to first for 1, go to third, might be a double play, but no. Sliding underneath the tag is Craddock. The out goes 6-3. Shavillasak quickly threw over to third, but couldn't get the runner in time. So it works to the tune of effectively a sacrifice bunt. But instead will go down as a 6-3 ground out in your scorebooks. Craddock 90 feet away from scoring, and Colby Vachal at the plate. She's driven in 3 runs today, an RBI single in the first and a 2-run homer in the second. And boys, that's pretty much all you want from your cleanup hitter. Marshall connects and hits it in the air to center, and she might have another home run. She does. Deja vu. The second 2-run homer of the game for Vachal. And it's now 10-0 Eastmont. Her teammates greet her at home plate as she jumps in, and boy, take a stand there. Vachal, her second home run of the game, her second 2-run shot as well. 10-0 Eastmont. She skied that one over the center field fence. It's given her 5 RBIs on the day and a 10-0 lead for Eastmont. So Vachal has driven in about half that total, exactly 5 of the 10 runs for Eastmont. First pitch is off the plate to Caitlin Duncan.
Now batting number 10, Caitlin Duncan.
So Michaela Michaels pitching with 1 out in the inning and 2 hits so far, 2 runs in as well. No one on the base paths right now. Michaels deals. Duncan chops that over her head. This could be a tough play, and it will be unable to be handled by Bennett. The second baseman, Missy Bennett, just had that ball eat her up. It bounced to the left of her glove after making contact with it. And as a result, Duncan's going to have an infield single. It would have been a tough play for Bennett regardless, so we'll give her a base hit there.
Number 13, Zoe Sunday.
Zoe Sunday steps up. Might see a courtesy runner. I'm not sure. There was a discussion between Cliff Johnson and the home plate umpire. Looks like Duncan's going to remain at first. So Sundin at the plate against Michaela Michaels. Kick and the pitch. Left side, base hit to left. First and second now for Eastmont after the single by Sundet, following the single by Duncan. Fourth hit of the inning for Eastmont. They've got two runners who've already come in to score thanks to the two-run homer by Colby Vachal. Wildcats would love to get a little bit more here. Eastmont came into today's ball game having lost 2 straight road games. They've won 3 straight at home, and their road struggles, you wouldn't think of them at all here. Johnson, the head coach, before the game was really talking about how this is a great opportunity to do some damage on the road, and they have done that exactly here. In fact, after today, which is a doubleheader, we'll only have game 1 here on the NCW Live channel. Their final 2 games on Friday are both against Davis. Excuse me, I'm looking at Wenatchee's schedule. Final 2 games for Eastmont are on the road at Sunnyside on Friday, May 10th. So including this game right here, final 4 games on the road, and off to a heck of a start right here. Sundin at first and Duncan at second after a pair of singles. 1 out in the inning. Kylie Hines is at the plate. Here's the pitch to her. That's well off the plate for a ball. 3 balls in, a strike is the count to the right-handed hitting catcher. Michaels would love a double play here. The pitch hit in the air to right field and coming over, and oh no, she looked like she had it, but unable to make the catch is Strickland. All the runners had to watch, and they will all hold up. But taking a wide turnaround first actually was Hines. She'll head back over to first base right now, having a laugh about it with her assistant coach, Michael Cook. But Michael Cook having a chat with her and saying, watch where that ball was and watch what your runners are doing. But lesson learned. Hines has a single, runners at first, second, and third. Kylie Cordell at the plate had an RBI single in the first inning, grounded out back to the pitcher in the third. Pops the first pitch up. That's going to go out of play, though. The 7th batter of the inning is at the plate right now in Cordell, the left fielder. Michaels checks her signs on her wrist. Kick and the pitch. That's in there for a strike on the bottom edge. No balls and 2 strikes. Any base will do, and maybe even multiple bases with 1 out and the sacks full of Wildcats. Panthers trying to get out of the jam. Wildcats looking to push the lead some more, and they just, oh boy, I thought that was fair. But no, just barely a foul ball. Hard hit ball to the left side by Cordell. Here in the Eastmont bench and fans really hollering a little bit right now as they lead 10-0. Swung on, hit over toward the second baseman Bennett. To second, Sanford covering for 1. The throw to first is not in time, so they get the out at second. A run comes in to score. That's Duncan coming across. Sundit goes over to third. Hines is retired at second, and Cordell safe at first on the fielder's choice. So 2 outs in the inning. And it looks like we might have a pinch hitter. Molly Lawrence is coming in for Briarwood. Likely will just remain in the game as the designated hitter as she pinch hits for Wood, who struck out and popped out to center in her only 2 plate appearances. First pitch to her is in there for a strike. Bases were loaded. Wenatchee did allow a run, but they did get another out. So 2 outs in the inning. 11-0 is the lead for the Wildcats. put out on that play, by the way, went 4-6. Ball hit over toward the second baseman, Bennett. She'll gobble and fire to first for the final out. So 3 runs come across the score for Eastmont. They now lead 11-0 in this ball game after 3.5 innings. We'll be back after these messages on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
3 runs on 5 hits in the top of the 4th inning for Eastmont. They head into the field now with an 11-0 lead over Wenatchee. Thanks for being with us here on the NCW Life channel. I'm Joel Norman bringing you the action. And Eastmont came across the river and they came to play here in game 1 of this doubleheader against Wenatchee. It's 11-0 lead right now. And I think maybe most impressively about Eastmont, they've only stranded 4 runners in this ball game, and they played at 11. Wenatchee, no runs on 4 hits, and they've stranded 3, committed 1 error as well. That was in the 1st inning. Ashley Simmons is at the plate. Grounded out shortstop to first base in the 1st inning to conclude the 1st inning. Going up against Taylor Files for her 4th inning of work. Well off the plate for a ball. And once again, I keep talking about it, Craddock, the 3rd baseman, playing well in and off the bag. It's like she's expecting every batter to put down a bunt. Hit in the air to left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit off the bat of Simmons. And she is aboard with Wenatchee's 5th hit of the day. Got to get those leadoff batters on, but every time Wenatchee has done so far, they've stranded them. Looks like Cammie Carter is coming on to run for Simmons as a courtesy runner. So Simmons gets the job done and heads over to the bench as the catcher gets some extra rest. Beth Shavilicic at the plate. Takes a pitch way inside. Carter at first base as the courtesy runner. Shavilicic at the first baseman is at the plate. No outs in the bottom of the 4th inning with Wenatchee down by 11. Late swing, foul ball down the line, not playable for the right fielder Sundit. Well out of play. Talked about how Eastmont has only stranded 4 runners on the base paths to go along with 15 hits. Only 3 extra base hit knocks. 2 of those were in the top of this inning. Here's a ball skied in the air to right field, toward the fence, and over the fence for a home run. Beth Shavilicic, her first home run of the game here, the first runs of the game for Wenatchee. And they're on the board with 2 home runs. Her teammates will come out and greet her. It's 11-2 now. That ball got a gust of wind at the last moment. A late swing from Shavilicic. Each of her last 2 swings in this at-bat were just a little bit late, but she got a lot of power on them, and that one got a little extra wind to sky over the right field fence for a home run. So Wenatchee is on the board, down by 9 runs now. 2 hits in this inning thus far, 2 runs as well. First run's given up in the game by Files. She'll try to recover here against Michaela Michaels. Michaels takes in, swings to the first pitch, over towards short, gobbled up by Vishal. Throw to first is in time for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. Vishal, nice play over At third base, she's had a heck of a game as well. 5 runs driven in, 3 for 3 with a pair of 2-run homers. The twos are really wild for her today. Calista Strickland steps in now with 1 out, no one on. 2 runs on the inning so far for Wenatchee. The 2-run homer by Beth Shavilsik. Strickland takes off the plate for a ball. The senior, one of 3 seniors on this squad for Wenatchee. Eastmont, conversely, has 4 seniors. Sophomores aplenty on both varsity squads. Pop up, first base side, that's a base hit. A little bit of confusion between Duncan, the first baseman, and Young, the second baseman, and that is going to be the shortest double you might ever see. Duncan's chatting with her bench right now, I believe with Johnson, about the confusion there. I think she's saying I couldn't see it. Young went over to give her some help, but neither was able to come up with that ball, and it's the second extra base hit of the inning for the Panthers. A double, I want to say down the first baseline, but that didn't really go that much far. That's just a blooper that should have been caught for an out, but instead found some dirt and bounced around long enough that she was able to get the second. Maddie Peters at the plate. 3 hits, 2 runs across for Wenatchee so far in the inning. They trail 11-2. There's a ball down low. First inning that Files has really had any trouble. She faced no more than 4 batters in every inning. This is her 5th batter of this inning. Ball and 2 strikes to Peters. Pitch from Files, that's off the plate, even up the count, 2-2. Peters hits from the right side. The left-handed hitting Smith is on deck. There's a ball. It's going to go all the way to the backstop. So advancing over to third base is Strickland on the wild pitch. So Strickland is 90 feet away from scoring. 1 out in the inning. All Peters really has to do is hit this one deep enough in the outfield, at the very least, to be caught, but not have a play at first base. Fouls that one away. Finds its way into the stands as well. So Wenatchee fighting back a little bit here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 runs across so far. Peters has a chance to drive in the 3rd run of the inning. Pitch from Files. Called. Strike 3. That one froze her on the outside edge of the plate, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th as Kat Smith will run over to the plate and come to bat. Simmons started the inning with a single and scored on the 2-run homer by Beth Shavilsik. Ground out by Michaels. Strickland hit into a bloop double on the first base side, which probably should have been out number 2 of the inning, and went to third on a wild pitch. And Smith skies this in the air to left field, foul ball. It's about the right depth you want for a base hit, maybe a little bit further, and obviously fair. Peters a moment ago struck out looking for her 2nd strikeout of the ball game. Went down swinging in the 2nd, looking here in the 4th. Smith at the plate fouls that one off. The win today, and boy, they're gonna have to get some more offense, but with a win today, Wenatchee would get back to 500 overall at 8-8, and they would leapfrog Eastmont in the standings. They've got some work to do. Another foul ball, third base side. It's the beauty of the league play. That's really what determines how the standings are. Both teams 5-3 against Big 9 opponents. Pitch swing and a miss. Strike three. Back-to-back punch-outs by Files to get out of the inning. But she did allow the 2-run homer to Shavilasek. And after 4 innings, the score is 11-2 with Eastmont on top. We'll be back after these messages on the NCW Life channel.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
So Wenatchee gets on the scoreboard with 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning on the home run by Chavelicek. Couldn't get any more. They had a runner at third base, but stranded her there. And we'll head to the 5th inning. It's an 11-2 ball game with Eastmont ahead. They scored 6 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the fourth. Nothing in the third for either team. Michaels delivers. It's hit over the third. Nice scoop by Peters. She fires over to first, and it gets there in time. A nice pick by Chavilicek to retire the leadoff batter, that being McGuire. McGuire drops to 1 for 3 on the day with that ground out going 5-3.
Now batting number 11.
So with 1 away, Emily Craddock steps in. 11 batters to the plate in the first inning for Eastmont, but ever since then, I guess you say it's been quieter, although they've scored in 2 of those other innings. Base hit up the middle for Craddock. Last inning, 8 girls stepped up to the plate for Eastmont. They plated 3 runs, 5 hits overall. First hit of this inning comes off the bat of Craddock. Kayla Michaels did toss at 1-2-3, top of the 3rd inning. Could get a double play here. Bennett to Sanford for 1, on to first. Oh, the throw is way off. So they'll get the lead runner at second, but the throw was not there. It would have been really close anyway. So fielder's choice goes 6-4 to 4-6 actually to retire the lead runner. 2 outs in the inning. Young replaces Craddock at first, and Colby Vachal steps up to the plate. She is 3 for 3 with 2 home runs, RBI single, 5 RBIs overall. Looking for the hat trick here with home runs. Each of her last 2 at-bats, she's homered. Takes a pitch off the plate. Michaels is going to look at her signs a little bit more on this at-bat, knowing what Vachal has done against her so far. Connects on this one in the air. That's not going to make it out of the park, but it's going to drop down for another base hit. Relay over to third is not in time. A nice slide getting in there in time by Young. She moves over to third. I believe that's going to be a single, and advancing to second on the throw was Vachal. So she stays perfect at the plate, 4 for 4. And going to second on the throw. Second and third, 2 outs, and Caitlin Duncan at the plate. Pitch is way off the plate. Saw on that one is Sanford, the shortstop, moved away from her shortstop position to go over to third in case there was a pop throw to third by Simmons, and she wanted to back up her third baseman Peters. Pitch from Michaels. It's off the plate for a ball. So as a result of those plays, as you see Sanford keep running over to that third base side, the lead runner doesn't move much, but the runner at second base, Vachal, is getting a heck of a head start. Skied in the air to the left center, moving back and making the catch near the wall is the center fielder Ramirez, and the side is retired. Couple batters reach on 2 base hits, but no runs come across. It's 11-2 after 4.5 here from Walla Walla Point Park. Back with more after these messages on the NCW Life channel.
Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long. And your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support. Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We'll do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
So a scoreless top of the 5th inning thrown by Michaela Michaels. She did allow a few base runners, 2 hits, but no one came across the score. Nice job working out of that jam for Michaels. And now Wenatchee has a chance to respond in the bottom half of this inning. They scored 2 runs last inning on Chevelicek's 2-run home run to right center. And if they play their cards right, Chevelicek will get a chance to bat once again. She's due up 5th in this inning. Top of the order, it's Kristen Stanford standing in. First pitch to Sanford, swung on, hit in the air to right field, coming in and reaching over her shoulder is Sundet. She almost overestimated that one, but makes the catch regardless. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the bottom of the 5th. Wenatchee coming into today's game has won 5 of 7 games since April 19th, trailing 11-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Won 5 of 7 after only winning 2 of their first 8 games this season. As meanwhile, reaching with the base hit is Olivia Ramirez. That's her first hit of the day. So Wenatchee has had the mojo lately. Slow start to this one, but trying to respond later. Sent 6 girls to the plate last inning with 1 out, runner at first base, and Missy Bennett batting. Pitch from Files, hit in the air to right center. Sundet got a late start on it, but a nice running catch for out number 2. She's recorded both outs on pop-outs to right field. Ashley Simmons steps up. She singled and scored last inning after the 2-run homer by Chevelicek. Eight hits today for Wenatchee. Eastmont nearly had that amount in the first inning. 7 hits for the Wildcats. There's base hit number 9 for the Panthers. So first pitch swinging. The Panthers have done that for each of the last 3 batters. It's a single by Simmons, first and second now for the Panthers. Chevelicek at the plate for the second time in as many innings. Hoping for another long ball are the Panthers faithful. She'll take a ball from Taylor Files. The 1-0, and it's off the plate as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Files, you probably got to be thinking working off the plate primarily, continuing what she's done each of these first 2 pitches. Goes inside that time though, and there's a strike. It's 2-1. (11-2) is the score. Eastmont leading. 6 runs in the first inning. Wenatchee had 2 last inning, hoping to get some here with 2 outs, but it's a swing and a miss by Chevelicek. Ramirez at second after a one-out single. Simmons singled a few pitches ago. Longer at bat. It's the first one to go beyond 2 pitches. Skied in the air to center, moving back, and that one's over the fence as well. McGuire watches that fly over. It's a 3-run homer, the second of the game for Trevilicek. 11-5 now, Eastmont with the lead, but Wenatchee is roaring back. A 3-run bomb cuts the deficit to 6. Second home run in as many innings for Trevilicek, and she's got 5 RBIs on the day. That's really been the story of this game, is 2 batters both having two-run homers. Well, that's the second home run this time. Not a 2-run homer, though, for Trevilicek. She's got 5 RBIs to match Eastmont's Colby Vachal, who's got 2 home runs, 2 two-run home runs, and then an RBI single as well. So those middle-of-the-order batters really doing all the damage today. 11-5, and all of a sudden, Wenatchee right back in the game, doing this all with 2 outs. Michaela Michaels at the plate. Grounded out both times to shortstop in this ball game. Pitch from Files is fouled away, first base side. Wenatchee entered the inning down by 9, and now only down by 6. We say only, but clawing their way back here are the Panthers. Pitch from Files, swung on, that might drop down. No, a nice leaping grab at second by Young, and that will retire the side, but not before 3 more runs come across on 3 hits. It's 11-5 after 5 innings here at Walla Walla Point Park. More after these messages right here on the NCW Life channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
What's your AUT-TO emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita. Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Well, 11-6 is your score here at Walla Walla Point Park. Eastmont with the advantage over Wenatchee here in game 1, but Wenatchee got 3 runs on 3 hits last inning to get the large majority of their runs across the plate, but got a chance to come right back here in this ball game. Down by 6 as we go to the 6th inning. Got to get some more offense rolling, but that's something Wenatchee has done a lot lately. They're 5 runs away from their 6th consecutive double-digit run output. Michaela Michaels still out on the hill here to start the 6th. Zoe Sunded at the plate, and she'll take a ball off. One ball and no strikes. Michaels a clean top of the 5th inning, also a clean 3rd inning. 6 runs in the first allowed, 2 in the second, 3 in the 4th. There's a strike to make it 1-1. Michaels taking her time right now, slowing things down. Coxon fires, hit over to short, gobbled up by Sanford. She'll fire to first for the first out of the inning. Back-to-back innings with the leadoff batter retired, and that'll bring up Kylie Hines after the 6-3 ground out by Sundin. Hines, the catcher at the plate, is 2 for 3. Scored on a single in the 1st inning, grounded out to 3rd in the 2nd, and also singled in the 4th inning. Pitch from Michaels. That one had some movement on it, and it moves its way into the strike zone. No balls and 1 strike. We're seeing Michaels really slowing it down right now. That one's well off the plate for a ball. 1-1 the count. No one on, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Wenatchee down by 6 runs. That's how many runs Eastmont scored in the 1st inning. That is the difference right now. Ball hit in the air to the right field, and a nice diving catch. Coming in and making the catch is Strickland for the 2nd out of the inning. The sun in her eyes, doesn't have a visor on to shield it, and she comes in for a really nice play for out number 2.
Now batting, number 1, Kylie Cordell.
Kylie Cordell looking to continue the inning, and meanwhile, Michaela Michaels is looking for her 2nd 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Cordell is 1 for 3. RBI single in the 1st, grounded out back to the pitcher in the 3rd, and reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning, but was stranded at first base. Michaels really taking her time now. You understand, though, she's probably got to be feeling pretty tired. A hot day and pitching deep into this ball game. There's a strike. One and 1 is the count. 2 outs in the 6th inning. Inside and low to Cordell. 2 balls and 1 strike. Game time temperature started at 83 degrees. It's even a little bit warmer right now at 84, just before 5:30. Nice amount of wind, though. Tapper to the shortstop Sanford. The relay over to first is in time, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Michaels, her 2nd of the ball game, as the side is retired for Eastmont here in the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on as well. 11-5 is your score. Wenatchee coming to bat in a moment after these messages on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Eastmont leads 11-5 despite a 1-2-3 time in the order in the top of this inning at the plate. Wenatchee coming to bat here, as it will be Callista Strickland, Maddie Peters, and Kat Smith, the right fielder, third baseman, and left fielder respectively. 7, 8, 9 batters for the Panthers. For Wenatchee in this ballgame, their 5 runs have come in each of the last 2 innings. 2 runs in the 4th, 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Not coincidentally, both of those innings, they've collected 3 hits apiece. Both times big hits off the bat of Beth Chavilishek, a big reason for that. She had a 2-run homer in the 4th inning and a 3-run homer in the 5th. So in a lot of ways, it's really Eastmont 11, Chavilishek 5 here today. Strickland to start things off for the Panthers. 2 for 2 with a single and a double. If you'll recall that double she had in the 4th inning, it was the first base side. That could not have been more than 10 feet away from the first base bag, but dropped in for a base hit down the line. A little bit of confusion between Duncan and Young, and it turned into a double. Pitch is up high for a ball. Taylor Files still in there despite her struggles the last 2 innings. Really, her only struggles have been against Chavilishek, though. A few other hits, but the big ones have been off her bat. Swing and a miss at the plate by Strickland. Ball and 2 strikes. That's on the right side, looking for her 3rd hit of the day. She's the only hitter in this line to be perfect so far for Wenatchee. A couple others have 2 hits, but are 2 for 3. Takes a ball. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike. A lot of space up the middle here. See if she tries to send it back that way. Tough take inside. That's a strike. Probably wanted that one, but a 3-1 count. Didn't look like that was a pitch she wanted to offer at. So the count is full and Files. So I'll have her payoff pitch in just a moment. Here it is. Popped in the air to center, moving back and making the catch. And oh, falling over the wall is McGuire. What a play. You can still see the wall is still, the fence is still a little bit affected. She still held on to that, didn't she? The umpires are discussing this. Yes, she did. Strickland was staying at second base in case they changed their mind, but instead it's a dramatic fly out to center. Didn't look like that ball was going to get back even close to the wall, but there's been a little bit of carry out to right center field today, especially these later innings. That's out number 1. Maddie Peters at the plate. No one on. Eastmont hasn't scored in either of the last 2 innings, so Wenatchee has to take advantage of that. Down 6. First pitch is up high for a ball. 2 strikeouts for Peters in this game, swinging in the 2nd and looking in the 4th. Pitch from Files is swung on and missed. Wenatchee entered today with a -16 run differential. With the deficit right now, they're at -22. Eastmont is now up to a +66. There's a ball. They'll play game 2 immediately after this one. We won't have that here on the NCW Live channel, but they will still be here at the ballpark. There's a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now. Files taking some time. And fires. Swing and a miss. And no, it was not 2-2. 2-1, beg your pardon. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Confusion over the count there for a moment, but the count is now full after that swing and a miss by Peters. She's trying to stay away from that 3rd strikeout of the game. Going on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. She does strike out for a 3rd time. And that's the 5th punch out in this ball game for Files as well. 3 of them have been from Peters. So thank you very much for her there. Kat Smith comes to the plate now, singled in the 3rd inning and struck out swinging to end the 4th. No one on and 2 outs for the Panthers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. All 5 of their runs have come in the last 2 innings. They scored 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 4th. For Eastmont, 6 in the 1st inning, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th, and 2 scoreless innings since then. There's the 1-0. 3rd base side off of the glove of Craddock. It's going to be a single to left field. It's the danger of playing in a little bit as a 3rd baseman, as Craddock has done all game. There's going to be a few hot shots over there, but she couldn't handle that one, and it goes in for a base hit. So a single by Smith. She's now 2 for 3 today, and boy, she gets another chance to bat. Love that with the way she's been able to get on base. Top of the order we go as Kristen Sanford comes to the plate. Back-to-back hitters from the left side. First pitch is off for a ball. One on with 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. 11-5 is the score. Way up high, 2-0 is the count. Base hit by Smith, her 2nd of the game a moment ago. 11th of the game overall for Wenatchee. 5 runs on 11 hits. Bunt put down with 2 outs. The throw to first from Craddock, not in time. The speedy Sanford is in there with a bunt single. Runners at 1st and 2nd now for the Panthers. A lot of risk putting down a bunt with 2 outs, but Sanford beats that one out by a couple steps. And the inning continues. 2 outs, but runners at 1st and 2nd for Wenatchee as Olivia Ramirez will dig in. The junior is 1 for 2 today, singled and scored last inning, put down a sacrifice bunt in the first, and popped out back to the pitcher Files in the third. First offering is up high for a ball. Eastmont up by 6. Had their struggles on the road this season at 2-3 overall. Count moves to 1-1 to Ramirez. 2-3 record on the road for Eastmont this season, including today. All of their final 4 games are on the road, with the regular season concluding this weekend. Popped in the air. The shortstop, Marshall, is back, and she'll make the catch for out number 3. So a couple of base hits with 2 outs, but no runs come across. No runs on 2 hits, 2 men left on, and no errors in the inning. After 6 innings, the score remains 11-5, Eastmont ahead. More after these messages on the NCW Life channel.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Still 11-5 as we go here to the final inning of play, unless Wenatchee can come back in this ball game. Eastmont leads 11-5 right now. I'm Joel Norman with you from Walla Walla Point Park. Wonderful day for some softball. Eastmont and Wenatchee doing battle in game 1 of their doubleheader. We'll only have one of those games right here, this one right now, on the NCW Life channel. A strike is delivered to Molly Lawrence. She came in as a pinch hitter back in the 4th inning and grounded out to conclude the inning. But she starts off this 7th against Michaela Michaels. Kick and the pitch, swing and a miss on a nice slider. Count moves to 0-2. Lawrence pinch hit for Briar Wood, who also did not pick up any hits in her at-bats. 0 for 2. Lawrence at the plate 0 for 1 today. Pitch from Michaels, hit in the air to center, and that's going to get down into the side of Ramirez for a base hit. First hit since the 5th inning for Eastmont. They went 1-2-3 in the 6th. Top of the order we go as Maya McGuire steps up, reached base twice, both times though in the 1st inning. 1 for 3 overall in the game, but also walked in that 1st inning. No official at-bat, but a plate appearance nonetheless. Here's the pitch to McGuire. Popped up, foul, but behind home plate. Runner at first with no one out here in the top of the 7th. Eastmont looking to add to their lead, but they haven't scored since the 4th inning. That first run 6 spot is the difference so far today, as it's a 6-run deficit currently for Wenatchee. They got going a little bit late, 2 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th. This one cracked in the air to left center, and that one's going to get down. Ramirez gets to it, but not before both runners move up. It's a double off the bat of McGuire, and getting into third base standing up is Lawrence. 2nd and 3rd with no outs in the top of the 7th for Eastmont. Emily Craddock, the 3rd baseman at the plate, has had a heck of a day. 3 for 4. No RBIs yet, but has a great chance to plate 2 or more here. Here's the pitch from Michaels. Inside for a ball. Eastmont does a great job when they've got runners at 2nd and 3rd of getting their 2nd base runner to get a gigantic lead, because Wenatchee isn't bringing a defender there, so you might as well take up as much space and get as much of a head start as you can. This one cracked, caught on a liner by the third baseman Peters, and just as I'm talking about having those big leads, it comes back to bite Eastmont, as unable to get back to the bag in time is McGuire. Lining into the double play is Craddock. That put out going 5 and then 5-4. 2 away, runner still at third base is Lawrence, and now Kenzie Young is the last chance to get a run across in the inning for Eastmont. She's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles, first and second inning, and scored both times. Jumps back and takes the ball. Here's the pitch from Michaels. Tapper to the shortstop side, gobbled up by Sanford. The play to first is in time, and the side is retired. So Michaels works around a couple base hits to start the inning, but gets away without allowing any runs. Third straight scoreless inning tossed by her. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Wenatchee needs 6 runs to tie this one up. We'll see what their bats can do in a moment, or if Eastmont will hang on. Stay tuned right here on the NCW Life channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today. Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Last chance for Wenatchee here as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Missy Bennett, Ashley Simmons, and Beth Chavilicek will bat. Chavilicek, of course, has 2 home runs today, each of her last 2 at-bats. A 2-run shot in the 4th, a 3-run homer in the 5th. She's been impressive, but boy, the only person who's really outdone her today is Colby Voschel, who has 4 hits in 4 at-bats, 5 RBIs overall, 2 2-run homers, pair of singles, scored 3 runs overall. Bennett will start things off. Takes the ball from Taylor Files. Files ran into some trouble in the 4th and 5th innings, allowed 2 runs in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. 2 batters reached last inning with 2 outs, but she was able to get out of the jam without allowing anyone to score. A little miscommunication, and I believe that's going to go as a single, as it looks like the third baseman Craddock and the shortstop Voschel just kind of crossed paths, and that went through both of them. So a base hit by Bennett to start off the 7th inning. 13 hits in the game for Wenatchee. Eastmont has a few more than that. Get to those in a moment. The pitch is upstairs and outside to Simmons. 19 hits overall for the Wildcats, 11 runs. They capitalized on 1 Wenatchee error, and the Wildcats have been perfect in the field. No errors themselves. Skied in the air. That's not going to make it out of the infield, though, as making the catch is the second baseman Young for the first out. 1 away, Bennett still at first, and Chavilicek at the plate. Went deep to right center for a 2-run homer in the 4th inning, and then in the 5th inning with 2 outs and 2 aboard, homered over the center field fence, pretty much straight on. This one won't make it out of the infield, though. Hit over toward third. The relay over to first from Craddock is in time, and the Panthers are down to their final out. Moving into scoring position is Bennett, but retired 5-3 is Chavilicek. So Michaela Michaels is the last hope for Wenatchee here in game 1. If Michaels is to reach, Callista Strickland will bat. And Peters would be after her, but probably going to need to plate a couple runs to get there. Fouled away by Michaels. These two will do it again shortly after this here at Walla Walla Point Park in Game 2. We will not have that broadcast, but be sure to stay tuned right after the conclusion of this game for our post-game show. Chat with a player of the game. Outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Michaels at the plate and has been on the mound for all 7 innings of today's game for Wenatchee. Takes another ball outside. It's 2-1. Files steps back out, trying to complete this ball game with a win. Hit over to the right side and past the glove of Young, getting the wave around third base, and coming in to score easily without a throw is Bennett. It's 11-6. An RBI single by Michaels, her first hit of the day, makes her 1 for 4 and will prolong the game for at least one more batter. I believe there will be a courtesy runner for Michaels, the pitcher. I'd give you the number if I could see around the hair. Oh, there it is. It is Aaron Jackson coming on for Wenatchee. Calista Strickland will bat now, the right fielder. Runner at first base after the RBI single for Michaels. 11-6. 2 hits in the inning for Wenatchee. So they're within 5 now. Here's the pitch from Files. Popped up. This might do it. Second base side, and making the catch is the second baseman, Young. And that will do it here in Game 1 as Wenatchee falls by a score of 11-6 here at Walla Walla Point Park. We'll step aside for a moment. When we come back, we'll have our post-game interview right here at Walla Walla Point Park. Wenatchee falling 11-6 to Eastmont. Stay tuned right here on the NCW Life channel.
Everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
What's your AUT-TO emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you're all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
We're back here at Walla Walla Point Park. Thank you for watching today's game. Wenatchee falls to Eastmont by a score of 11-6. A heck of an offensive output today from the Wildcats. They score 6 runs in the first inning, pretty much set the tone for the rest of the game. I'm joined by their head coach, Cliff Johnson, as well as Colby Vachelle. Colby had 2 home runs today, went 4 for 4. Colby, what was clicking for you at the plate today?
I don't know. I was I have a good coach, I guess. I was watching the ball. My hands were getting through quick enough, and I was timing her, so.
You guys were seeing everything in that first inning for
Yeah.
sure. It seemed like, I don't know, you just came ready to play here right off the, I'd say bus, you know, but a really quick trek over here.
Yeah, we always talked about hitting. We're a really solid defensive team, but hitting has to come with it to win games. So I think we did a good job in the first inning. We kind of slipped towards the end, but it happens.
You hung on though. Coach, your player gave you some credit. I'm sure you want to give her some for the heck of a day she had.
Yeah, you know, what a great game for Colby, her senior year here, and to put up some numbers like that in a game, that's something she's going to remember forever. And so I'm really happy for her and proud of her. You know, she was the captain out there today, and she carried our team. She did a great job.
Yeah, start to finish. Like
Yeah.
she said, a little bit at the end there, you know, you guys gave a little bit late, but you play enough early on, and sometimes you're going to win some games that way.
You know, we need to keep the pressure on. That is really important. You see that we can do it, and our team knows that we can do it. We need to keep the pedal to the metal and not let up. You know, because we're playing teams that can hit as well, and they showed that there. So you know, second game coming up, we know that they're out to play, and we're out to play too. So we just got to keep the pressure on.
I was going to say, Colby, I guess the tough part is you've got to reset and do it over again because it's a doubleheader.
Yeah, I think we can do it.
There you go. Thank you both for joining us, and best of luck in game 2.
Thank you.
Awesome. That was Colby Vachelle and head coach Evan Johnson here as we're getting ready to wrap things up. Game 2 coming up after this, but thank you for tuning in for game 1 right here on the NCW Life channel as Eastmont won 11-6.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCW Life channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life channel was brought to you by Alignment Pros and Express Lube, Auto MOCHA, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Biosports Physical Therapy, The Windmill Restaurant, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. This concludes tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life channel.